everybody, this is Michelle with Pushing Profit. Welcome to my channel. I am a reseller, so I go to yard sales, thrift stores, sometimes even retail stores. I buy low and I end up selling on eBay's platform and turning a profit. If this content appeals to you, you're definitely going to want to subscribe to my channel. And you're gonna also wanna hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any upcoming videos. I usually post a video every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Arizona time. So it's Friday morning and it's a regular working day for me, but I ended up taking it as a vacation day. I normally go to Double R Discounts, which is an Amazon, Overstock, and bin store on Saturday mornings because it's my regular day off, and Wednesdays after work. But he actually puts out new inventory on Fridays. I want to see what kind of items come out the very first day to see if I can turn a profit on those items. So today, because it is the first day that inventory is out in the store, it's actually $7.77 day. So every item in the bins are $7.77. You're definitely going to want to watch this video. Stay tuned to see what I can find and what I can flip for a profit on eBay. Hello.
Today everything in the bin $7.77. But if you find two of these eggs in the bins, you can get the stuff on the retail shelf price for $7.07.
Ooh.
So 3 of the eggs in these bins, you can get everything. You get your overall purchase. You can get $5 off on your purchase.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So when I did come in to the bins on this day, I did go ahead and just grab a few items that I thought would do well with comps. And he has actually a social media account, and there's a couple items that I was already looking for, like those resistance bands. I had already seen those in the post, and as soon as I saw them, I knew they were going to be an item I was going to take. So you could see I am just going to check around and just looking up things as I go, but also just trying to move fast. This is a mount. It's actually a tabletop TV stand mount. I actually never have bought the tabletop ones. So the other TV mounts that I have found have gone pretty quickly on Facebook Marketplace, and I've turned a pretty good profit as well. So in this part, his son actually came over. I had mentioned that I was really interested in any type of controllers, like gaming controllers. And so he brought me a few that were a part of this. And the one that I placed in my basket, that one I've sold before. I was taking it no matter what. This one, I started looking it up and I thought, you know what? All of the controllers I've gotten have all sold really quickly. So I just didn't feel like I needed to look it up. And I'm actually glad I didn't, because all of the wireless controllers that I've bought from the store I've already sold. So as you can see, I am turning pretty good profit even at the $7 mark that I did purchase it for. These walkie-talkies, there weren't very many comps, but it was a 3 receiver set. And so when I picked it up, I just wanted to be sure that the products were in good condition. They weren't used or anything like that, especially because there weren't a lot being sold. And so if I was going to take a risk on it, I wanted to make sure that all the items were in there, the pieces, everything looked really good, and everything was. And I haven't sold this item yet. I have actually sold walkie-talkies before, and for good amount, and the ones that I've sold before were used. So I did go ahead and just take a chance on this. I thought with summer coming up, maybe a family who's does RVing or camping or something like that, maybe they would look for an item like this to add to their collection as well. So I did go ahead and pick that up in the end. This is the wireless controller. I actually bought I think 2 or 3 of these in the past, and they have definitely sold. But in this case, when you are going to these bin stores, there's a lot to look through, and you do want to be sure you're going to be able to turn a profit. So if you're not familiar with a particular item, you will want to look them up to make sure that you are going to be able to turn a profit, because you do have to account for eBay fees. You do have to account for shipping costs. So if you are going to make a profit, it's definitely something you're going to want to pick up. So I did have a lot in my basket, so I did go ahead and just kind of go off to the side, and I just started looking up different things just to make sure that I was going to be able to turn a profit on an item. So again, I have never sold a tabletop TV stand before. I actually have not sold this one yet either because I did end up picking it up. The ones that I have found that moved very quickly on Facebook Marketplace are the ones that swivel. And I have bought those from this bin store before for like on $5 days. And I've sold them anywhere between $20 and $30 on Facebook Marketplace. So it's definitely a good find if you can find these. I don't think I'd ever sell them on eBay because I mean, they're very heavy and the shipping would just eat up all of your profits. So if this is something that you think you could have storage for, I definitely would suggest picking it up. So this Superpower Professional Clippers, I thought was actually going to be a good find, and this is just a good example that you do have to look up items that you're not familiar with, and sometimes even if you think you're familiar with, just look at them up just to be on the safe side. So there are literally none that have sold for this. There was no like a few listed, so just something that I didn't feel like was going to be worth it, so I did put it back. I am rechecking this headlamp set, and the comps look pretty good on that, so I did end up grabbing that. My husband actually joined me on this particular trip, and so he was out in the bins finding things and then bringing them back to me as well. And so um, there are some items that I'm picking up, like I have no idea what were even used for, but I'm just taking, the name, looking up any kind of UPC codes or any kind of model numbers and just seeing what is out there. And in this case, this was a very good find on his part. So even if you're not familiar with something or you feel like you don't really know much about it, you can do enough research to really understand if it's going to be something that you can sell. So I did end up picking that item up. This next thing was Tekken is actually I've noticed looks like a pretty good brand. I found a couple other things that they have made. This one in particular is a LED lamp, and it was kind of like borderline in terms of the comps on it. There were some that were selling, but most of them that were selling were international, and I don't do international shipping yet. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't know too much about it, so I'm still learning my way through that. And so I did end up pulling it out and just kind of checking it out and seeing what it looked like and how good of a quality is. I'm a firm believer that when you're out and about, pick up items, whether you're at thrift stores, bin stores, fill them. You can tell if something is made, very, very well, or if it's, maybe a cheaper item or whatnot. So I did go ahead and pass on this. This is another reminder. If you are at these bin stores, people like go crazy with packages. I always try and put them back where how I found them, and or even better than I found them. So definitely remember that when you're out and about. I'm sure the staff at all these bin stores would really appreciate it. But some of these boxes get destroyed, and so I'm sure for them it's kind of annoying. So I'm just kind of looking around. There is a lot of people in this store, and so there's music going on, so it was really loud. So I definitely did have to do a voiceover just to be able to show you exactly what I'm doing. They sell a lot of pillowcases and blankets and all these other items. When it's, $3 day, $2 day, they're all worth it to pick up to flip, but not on $5 day or $7 day. You're just not gonna um, make enough profit for you to make, or you might even lose a little bit. So this item, I'm just opening it again, making sure to see what the quality is, because sometimes with the bin stores, they can be returns, and for the most part, I would say like 90% of the time, whenever I open up items, it's in its original packaging. It probably just got shipped to the customer. They saw it and they're like, nah, I don't want it. And they sent it right back. But sometimes it's, you do have to double check it because you can tell it has some kind of wear on it. Or maybe it was just used one one or two times. Or you can see that it's missing, maybe an accessory that it was supposed to come with. So you do have to open things up and kind of look at it, because I have made a mistake before in the past as well. So as you can see, I'm just going through and looking up so many different things, and it is so important to dig very, very deep in these bins. A lot of the times, some of the smaller items that, can potentially turn a really good profit ends up at the very, very bottom of the bins. And a lot of people just look at the top, and if they don't see anything, they just kind of move on. This mouse in particular is a wireless mouse. It was really pretty. It was a rose gold. And I was like, oh, this is such a good find. And when I looked up comps, unfortunately, it was like just on the cusp. Like if it was $3 a day or $5 a day, I could potentially turn a profit, but not on $7 a day. It was just not enough in terms of shipping and all of that stuff. I do find a lot of headphones at this store, and almost all the headphones I find, when I look them up, they sell for really decent money. So usually even on $5 a day, $7 a day, most of the headphones that I find, like these ones are Visla. I think that's how you pronounce it. Um, I want to say they go anywhere from like $25 to $35. And so, and headphones are very lightweight. They go first class all the time. And so a lot of the headphones that I do pick up, I know I can turn for really good profit. And they usually go very quickly. Like people buy headphones all the time. I just didn't think that they would, but they do. So this is another Tekken brand. And these are smart sockets. And my husband and I were kind of debating, like, should I get it? Should I not? Because again, it was like on a borderline, and I was a little concerned about the weight. And I actually ended up going ahead and purchasing. I have not sold them yet, but they are listed at a good price, and I think that they will eventually sell. So I came across this really cool find. This is a ring light. You can use ring lights for a lot of different things. You can use them for selfies. A lot of YouTubers will use them. You can use them for products, like when you're taking pictures on eBay. And that's really what I thought about it for is either utilizing it when I'm shooting, a YouTube video, and I don't want to set up all of my huge lighting, and maybe I just need a little bit of lighting to help me out. And this bin store actually has a testing center for electronics. So it was really cool. I was able to, plug it in and just like play around with all the different settings. And so it has different like cooling features, warming features, different brightness features. And so I definitely scooped it up. And especially for $7, I thought, I could definitely use this in a multiple of ways. Here's another set of earphones Brandon found. Brandon's my husband. And just based on the comps, it was like, again, a no-brainer. And they're very, very lightweight. And I had asked him, did you open the box? And he said, no. And I said, you have to open the box. So I did end up opening the box because, again, other people are opening boxes and you just don't know if anything falls out or anything like that. So I did go ahead and open it up. And when I opened it up, it looked like the headphones were missing. And I was like, okay, somebody took the headphones. But they were actually in the case. And so, as you can see, those headphones itself should have been placed in the actual packaging, and somebody just slipped them in the case, and that was it. So based on the comps and all of that, I was able to pick them up, and they actually did sell, so I did turn a profit. So this is a photo shoot box that I actually have been looking for on Amazon, and I actually haven't even unboxed this yet, and I'm thinking about doing an unboxing on this on my channel. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely shoot a comment below, and I'll see what I can do. But again, that'll be for like, shooting products for eBay and so forth. This brand, these are slip covers for a few different things. I've sold them for like Nest cameras. That one was a different type. And they've sold for me in the past, so I am picking that item up as well. Again, some items, they're just not going to be worth it on $7 a day, but you just kind of have to dig around and look through and just make sure like you're going to potentially turn a profit. And this, going back to this brand, is a Wasserstein. I think I said that right. Um, Again, that this weighs less than 4 ounces. So this is going to be a very inexpensive item to ship once it sells. All in all, we picked up a lot of different items. And you can see here the owner, RV King, he was setting us up and he wanted to take a picture of us, which was really cool. We got featured on his Facebook page, and you'll see that picture in just a minute. But so all in all, going to the bin store on $7 day was definitely worth it. I want to say we ended up paying like over $100, but we did buy, I want to say, 2 items that were personal use. So I want to say more, I spent more about $80, and I definitely got a lot of items to flip on eBay. And a lot of these items have already sold as well. All my remote controllers have sold, some of the headphones have sold, and so I've definitely turned already a profit. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I appreciate you guys tuning in every Tuesday. And if this type of video appeals to you, definitely let me know. I'd love to continue shooting items. I know one of my next videos is going to be yard sale finds. So let me know if you want to see more yard sales, more times when I go to the bins. I'd love to know more about the content that you would like to see as well. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next Tuesday.